Well, ladies and dudes, the most saddest part about this movie is it just left it as a cliffhanger, and we never got a chance to have two other sequels, and it will become another next trilogy type of thing that was based by a book. Yeah, sad shame, don't you think so, ladies and dudes? I wonder if anybody or anyone remembered this film or not. Well, anyway, hi, ladies and dudes. This is Rebecca Lynn Barkley, aka Boobop 1987, and this is my review for today. And today I have another movie review, ladies and dudes. And yes, this movie is also based by a book. Something about the Northern Light type of thing. Well, the saddest part is this poor movie had never had a trilogy. Nope. It was a standalone film type of thing. Well, if you know what I mean. And yes, this movie is all about humans and animals alike, and they live together in harmony. And that is a pretty good thing I like about this movie. We see humans and animals, being together side by side, and it doesn't matter if it's a non-wild animal or just a wild animal. They just became good buddies and really good pals, and they have their own agendas or whatever it is. So yep, my next movie review is The Golden Compass. And yes, it is a very darn enjoyable film to watch. And I did see it on TV. That's for sure. I guess you want to know what the storyline is all about. Well, okay, let's go ahead and do it anyway. So without further ado, ladies and dudes, here's my next movie review of The Golden Compass. So let's get started on the main plot of the story. I think it took place in the 1930s or 40s or maybe the 20s. I'm not sure what year it took place. But yeah, it's a story about these humans and animals that live together in harmony and, living in a nice, peaceful life in their own worlds and all that stuff. And there was a young girl named Lyra. She's going on her greatest adventure of her life along with her shape-shifting animal pal named Pam, who could transform to any animal that it wants, from a cat or a ferret or a bug or a bird, whichever it wants to be anyway. Okay, let's try to continue on. Yeah, she's on an adventure with these Egyptian people, some of the witches, a lonesome cowboy with a jackrabbit and a polar bear. They're on a quest to go to that somewhere around in the harsh cold winter in the north, and they're on a mission to rescue these poor children who got kidnapped for some unknown reason and being stuck at this weird building thingamajig where all the doctors and nurses are trying to take them as prisoners for whatever reason it'll be. And also Lyra has to try to take care of this magical compass that could read people's fortunes. But it's kind of like telling the truth type of thing. And she has to protect it from this lady who has that golden monkey with her. Kind of hard for me to say. And yeah, something about where demons have to turn to dust for some unknown reason. It's kind of hard for me to explain about the main plot of the story, but there's a lot of things going on about this film here and there that'll be way too hard for me to explain. Well, if you know what I mean. Well, anyway, that's my whole entire plot of The Golden Compass. this, and I guess everybody wants to know is, what the heck do I think about this movie? Well, to tell you the truth is, ladies and dudes, I really did enjoy this movie very darn much. And yes, ladies and dudes, I will admit, I did read the books. All 3 books. But I only read it one time only, and I never read them ever again. Something that's way too hard for me to explain. Well, yeah, the saddest part about this movie is it just left it in a cliffhanger and we never got a trilogy for it. But sadly, this is the only movie that we're ever going to get. That's for sure. But overall, I did enjoy this movie from start to finish. And yes, it is one of the most underrated films I have ever seen in movie history. You know, that was based by a book. I will say it had a pretty good storyline for the most part. The characters are likable. I enjoyed the casting. I love the set designs, the costume designs, good special effects. It had a really good score. And there were 2 scenes of the whole entire movie that I frickin' enjoyed the best. Just 2 great scenes of the movie. So anyway, ladies and dudes, let's head on to my strongest points and the weakest points of The Golden Compass. I will say for the strongest points for this movie, just the 2 great scenes in the whole entire movie. And 2 great scenes only. One is the polar bear fight scene, and the other is a really great near ending that I will never forget in movie history. That feature a very powerful epic fight scene. Yeah. So yeah, we got 2 great fight scenes in the whole entire movie. Just 2 great fight scenes. The first one is the polar bear fight scene between this bear that was played by Mr. Ian McKellen, the one who played Magneto from the X-Men saga, while the other is some actor I really don't know who plays a very bad polar bear who ruled over this polar bear kingdom or and something like that. I mean, that was really darn cool. We could see 2 cool looking polar bears in one epic battle. And yes, they have to face each other with armor. I know, it's kind of weird. Polar bears wearing armor in the harsh cold winter? That seems interesting. And yeah, those 2 polar bears put up a good fight after all. And our favorite polar bear won. And yeah, he's the one who should have been king, and not the other one. Well, it's hard for me to explain. So yeah, my first strongest point in the movie is the polar bear fight scene. And the second strongest point in the movie is really the epic climax. The near ending. One of the greatest battles ever in movie history. I love this epic battle so darn much. I mean, there was a whole lot of stuff going on that took place in the nighttime. Yeah. What should I say about this near ending? It's epic, it's powerful, and yeah, there will be some parts where you see dusk. You know, where animals did die and those humans lost their animals because they need to have a strong connection to it or something like that. Hard for me to explain. I love that scene so much. Yeah, one polar bear, a lot of witches, Egyptian people, and just one lonesome cowboy that came out of nowhere. So, yep. The second strongest point of the movie is the near ending. The greatest fight scene ever in movie history. And all I can say about my main weak point in the movie is this poor movie just left it in a cliffhanger. I just want to see what happens next. I'm wondering if that Lyra girl will ever get to Daniel Craig's character in time. You know, try to save his life before that blonde hair lady will. I know, it's kind of hard for me to explain about that one too. And yes, ladies and dudes, I will admit there was an ultimate ending about something that wasn't fully explained in the whole entire movie. Something that will shock us all. Well, thanks to YouTube, I did found that ultimate ending about it, but that was years and years ago. If I spoil it right now, you'll never believe me for it. Yeah. So anyway, that's all I could say about my major weak point in the movie is the main cliffhanger of the film. And this is the reason why we never got those sequels. To see what happens next for the Golden Compass series. If you know what I mean. And now let's go on to the characters. The first character I want to talk about is this cowboy dude, played by that Sam guy. And yes, this guy is a legend. And yeah, he's a really cool character. I wish we could get to know him a little bit more about this dude. But we only have a little bit of a storyline where he did have a relationship with this lovely witch lady. And I guess my main guess is this lovely witch cannot fall in love with a human being since this human being is going to grow old and he'll pass away soon. Maybe it's forbidden love right there. Yeah. I really love this cowboy. He's a really cool dude. I just don't know why he's the only cowboy in the whole entire movie who has no group at all. You know, the group of cowboys who can help him out on his own quest or something. But yeah, he's a lonesome dude. That's for sure. But he's pretty fun to watch. And that Sam guy did a really good job of bringing this character to life, if I can remember this dude's name. That's for sure. And as for the other characters, this polar bear dude, played by Sir Ian McKellen. I love this character so darn much. He is so much fun to watch. He had a good storyline, great personality, great attitude. He's a very strong-willed polar bear dude, and I really love the character development and chemistry between him and Lyra, since they had a really good friendship story, and it's very darn heartwarming. And yes, he deserves to be the king of all polar bears. That's a sad shame he didn't stay in his kingdom long, because he has to keep his word to help the little girl out to continue on that very important quest. You know, rescuing the children and try to get them home safely and all that stuff. Well, you get the story. So yeah, I just love this guy overall. I will say for Daniel Craig and Nicole Kidman, they did a fine job with their performance and their roles of the character. Well, sadly, they don't have much of a role in the movie anyway, since it's only 1 hour 52 minutes type of thing. Well, you get the story. And now, here's my final thoughts of The Golden Compass. Overall, The Golden Compass is a pretty good movie, but it sucks we never got any sequels about it. And I'm not sure if they'll ever remake this movie or not in the main future, if they want to restart it all over again with a different cost. But I will enjoy this movie as it is. It had a pretty good storyline for the most part. The characters are likable or fine. It has nice casting. It has good special effects. good costume designs, good setting, a very good score, and two great scenes that I will never forget in movie history that did blew me away the most. So I decided to give this film an 8 out of 10. Please check out this movie to believe it. And finally, join me next time, ladies and dudes, for my 13th anniversary of the day when I got this channel. And this movie will help me out a lot. Yep, you already know what it is. Well, enough said. So, I'll see you all later, and sayonara.